What's up, guys? I was feeling a bit under the weather when I filmed this and didn't really feel like being on camera, so this is the intro for today. We're making bolognese, get with it. Alright, so I forgot to take a shot of everything that we're gonna need to make the sauce, but here's the list. We'll need 4 carrots, 4 celery stalk, 1 Spanish onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 tube of tomato paste. I like this one because it's 100% Italian tomatoes, and you can find it at Sobeys, usually comes in a box. About a glass of dry white or red wine, 2 cans of San Marzano tomatoes. If you can find the DOP ones, then grab those. I fucking love these ones. 125 grams of chopped up pancetta, but you can use bacon if you can't find this. A pack of extra lean ground beef. I'm using a pack of minced turkey, but minced pork is traditional. 3 bay leaves and some salt and pepper to taste. Okay guys, we're just gonna get everything prepped and ready to go before we actually start cooking anything. First off, for the sauce, we're gonna need a sofrito or mirepoix. This is just onion, celery, and carrot. Pretty much every soup and sauce begins with this. I like a bit more veg in my bolognese sauce, so that's why I'm using so much. I'm gonna be using a food processor to turn this veg into a minced texture. If you don't have a food processor, just finely chop your veg. But if you do have one, roughly chop everything and add it into your food processor. Make sure your setting is on chop and not puree, and just pulse everything until it's cut up super tiny. I had to do a couple rounds because I only have a mini food processor, but that's okay. Mince your garlic and set aside in a small dish. Cut your pancetta into small chunks. I can only find the pre-sliced stuff, and that's fine. I'm not looking for chunks of pancetta in my sauce, I just really want that fat that's gonna render out from it. This step is optional, but I dump my tomatoes into a large bowl and crush them by hand to remove the little stem bits. It's fine to just throw them straight in from the can though. Alright, time to cook. Throw your pancetta into a large pot with a tiny bit of olive oil just to help it separate. Not sure if this is necessary, but I do it. Bring the heat up to medium-low and let that fat slowly render out. You're looking for something like this. Then add your sofrito straight into the pork fat. This is going to absorb all of that fat and just be amazing. Add a pinch of salt and pepper. The salt helps the veg release moisture, and we're trying to cook out most of that moisture here. Once you see your veg starting to stick to the bottom of your pot, it's time to make a small well and add in your garlic. Cook this for about 30 seconds or until fragrant. Now add all of your tomato paste and cook this for a few minutes. The key to a great sauce is layering the flavors. It's super easy, so don't rush it. Pour in about 1 hefty glass of wine, like the type of glass you'd pour yourself at home on a Friday night. Or on a Monday afternoon, I'm not here to judge. Cook that on high until you can't smell any alcohol. That's when you'll know it's ready. We're gonna add our beef and turkey to the mix now. Cook that until most of the moisture has evaporated. Add your tomatoes, along with 1 full tomato can of water. I know this isn't traditional, but I'm adding half a teaspoon of chicken stock powder and half a teaspoon of beef stock powder. If you have homemade chicken or beef stock, you can also use that instead of water. Off camera, I added a pinch of dried thyme, 3 bay leaves, and a pinch of chili flakes. Now get this on a low simmer for at least 4 hours. I always make mine at night and leave it go through the night on a super low setting so that it barely simmers. Just make sure there's absolutely nothing close to your stovetop when you do this. It should look like this when you're finished and just smell absolutely amazing. At this point, you can fish out your bay leaves and carefully salt to your taste. Normally I'd add a bit of whole milk to the mix, but we're gonna be using most of this to make lasagna with a bechamel sauce, so I just felt like that would be too much milk going on. If you're not gonna use it right away, just store it in containers in the fridge for 4 days, or the freezer for up to 6 months. We're obviously gonna try some right away. Fill a large pot with water and season with salt until it tastes like the sea. Bring that up to a boil and throw your pasta in. I'm using pappardelle. I'm really bad at pronouncing this, but pappardelle, I guess. Anyway, I'm using it because it's traditional with bolognese sauce, but you can literally use any shape that you want. Set the timer for 1 minute shy of the recommended cooking time. While your pasta cooks, add some sauce to a pan and heat that up. Once your pasta is ready, add it directly into the sauce along with a bit of pasta water to loosen everything up. This will also help your pasta finish cooking. Cook that for about 1 minute and you're ready to plate this bad boy up. I added a bit of parm to the top because why not? I know this takes a long time to cook, but it's basically passive time. The actual cooking and prep only takes about 1 hour and it's totally worth it. This is one of my favorite things to cook for friends and family because you can really taste all the time and love that goes into it. I hope y'all try this one and let me know how it goes. And I hate saying it, but don't forget to like and subscribe if you actually enjoyed the video. Alright guys, eat well and I'll catch you next time.